listening to any of what's been...
Well, I just walked up. My understanding is that Councilor Jackson, Councilor Wu, and others are in favor of the ballot question on legalization of recreational marijuana. And as much as I appreciate their point of view, I disagree with it. And I disagree with it from the standpoint that, from the sheriff's perspective, if you can manipulate the THC levels and put that in gummy bears and brownies and that sort of thing, particularly with the number of kids that we have in the Commonwealth, that gives us pause, and so we stand in opposition as a collective, all of the sheriffs across the Commonwealth.
One of the things that the counselors talked about is the current status with decriminalization leaves a door open for kind of uneven enforcement that can create disparities. Particularly, they both spoke to racial disparities in enforcement of marijuana laws. Is that something that concerns you, or you think?
Well, I'm always concerned, particularly as the sheriff, about who goes to jail and who does not. And when you look at the overwhelming number of people of color, Black and Latino, that are in our incarceration facilities, yes, I am very concerned about that. That said, I have to balance that with health issues, and I have to balance that with what I see going on. I'm not really going to say that I think marijuana is a gateway drug to other drugs, but I'm not going to say that it's not either. And so I think there needs to be a little more study. When you look at what's happening in Colorado, I think it's just off the chart. And I do not want to see that happen here in the Commonwealth. So I understand the argument about taxation. I understand the argument about incarceration and people falling into the criminal justice system. But I'd rather err on the side of caution.
Is there any component of the question that you actually agree with, the age limit, the commission itself to oversee and regulate? Do you see those as, if this does, if this is passed as a good starting point?
I'm not in favor of any of those, and so really I don't want to see it passed, period. So the age and the other criteria that you just expressed, once again, I understand it. I understand the argument, or the discussion about that, but it's one that I stand in opposition to in its entirety.
Are you doing any fundraising? I know that they have a huge amount of money from the industry coming out of Colorado. Mm-hmm. Are you helping any fundraising?
I'm not engaged in any fundraising efforts around this initiative for or against, and as I was just saying, as the sheriff, I stand in opposition to it. But basically, all I can do is voice my opinion, but I'm not involved with any fundraising endeavors to do anything like that.
Thank you.
Good?
Thanks, Sheriff.
Okay. So